You get one life. And out that one life, you're only going to get out of it what you put into it. And never being okay with where you are, because after every level is another level, whether you realize it or not. And I always wanted to see what was past the thing that I got. I got here, but what was back there? I was never content with being here.
We spend a lot of our lives noticing how different people are from us. And sure, on the surface, those differences can seem huge. Maybe your coworker grew up in another country, or your neighbor has a completely opposite political stance, or your date seems way too put together to ever feel as awkward as you do. It's easy to assume that other people operate on a totally different wavelength, that their thoughts, fears, and desires must be foreign to us. But here's the thing. They're probably a lot more like you than you realize. We're taught to focus on differences, maybe too much. From childhood, we learn that other people have their own perspectives. That just because we want to keep playing doesn't mean they're not exhausted, or that our idea of fun might be their idea of an invasion of privacy. That's a crucial lesson in empathy, but it can also backfire. Over time, we start to overestimate how different people really are. We notice the obvious contrasts: age, job title, hobbies, background, and decide that those differences define them completely. They're a CEO, I'm just an intern. They're 92, I'm 30. They love poker. I love medieval history. And so we assume we have nothing in common. But what if, beneath all that, they're just as insecure, just as hopeful, just as in need of connection as we are? The myth of totally different. The truth is, human emotions are universal. The specifics vary, but the core experiences don't. That confident-seeming person on your date? They've definitely felt self-doubt. The wealthy friend you assume has it all together, they've probably questioned their worth too. The older colleague who seems unshakable, they were once just as unsure as you are now. Yet because we fixate on surface-level differences, we end up holding back in conversations, assuming they won't get us, feeling like imposters, believing everyone else is more competent, missing out on friendships because we assume we're too different. What if we assumed similarity instead? Of course, people are unique, but not so unique that we can't relate. Statistically speaking, you're not that special, and that's actually a good thing. There are billions of humans, and while no one has lived your exact life, millions have felt your same fears, joys, and struggles. So instead of assuming difference first, try flipping the script. That intimidating person? They've probably felt nervous too. The stranger who seems nothing like you, they've also longed for connection. The older, wiser figure? They were once just as unsure as you are now. The secret? Look inward first. The best way to understand others is to start with yourself. Your quirks, fears, and hidden thoughts. They're not as rare as you think. The next time you meet someone different, try this. Assume that beneath the surface, they're a version of you, just with a different life wrapped around them. It might feel risky to bridge that gap, but the reward is worth it. Less loneliness, more connection, and the comforting realization that you're not as alone in your humanity as you thought. So go ahead. Take the leap. You'll probably find that they are a lot more like you than either of you ever realized.